Anise, good morning. What are your plans for today? Do you have any plans? Anise, what time today will you be free? Can you reply to this message? Anise, please reply to my messages quickly or it will be troublesome. I want to ask you about your schedules a bit. When will you reply to me? I want to know about today's plans. Will you answer? I want to make plans for today. Please contact me quickly. 3 hours later. Reggie, good morning. I'm sorry for being late in contacting you. Really? I finally got a reply from you? You should reply to my messages from mommy friends immediately or they will dislike you. You should remember that. I'm sorry, I was busy. I didn't realize you were trying to contact me. I see. But even if you're busy, you need to check your messages. Anyway, Anise, thanks to me, you learned something important today. Yes, Reggie. Thank you as always. By the way, do you have any plans for today? I just wanted to talk to you, Anise. I thought we could have lunch or tea or something, so I contacted you. I see. Thank you for the invitation, but I'm sorry. I already have plans for today. Oh, is that so? Too bad. But if you already have plans, there's nothing we can do about it. Let's plan for another day. Okay, I'm sorry. Also, can I ask you something, Anise? Of course, go ahead. What do you want to ask me about? The other day, I heard that you were going on a family trip. Are you really going on a trip? I was wondering when you're going to go. A trip? We're not going on a trip. Who told you that we're going on a family trip? I happened to hear someone talking about it, saying Anise was going on a trip. You're not going? Of course I want to go on a trip, but... Reggie, we don't have any plans to go on a family trip at the moment. Huh? Really? But I heard your family was going on a trip. You're going on a trip, right? You're lying when you say you're not going, aren't you? Are you hiding something from me? No, I'm not hiding anything from you, Reggie. We really don't have any plans to go on a family trip. Who said such a thing? Maybe they're mistaken for someone else. It's not a mistake! They were talking about you, Anise. Anise, you're not hiding anything from me, are you? Other people know that you're going on a trip too. Where are you planning to go? Please tell me. Reggie, I'm not hiding anything, and we're not planning a family trip. We don't have any plans to go anywhere. Please believe me. You won't tell me? Fine. I'll ask some other mommy friends to find out when you're going on a family trip. I think it's a waste of time to investigate. We really have no plans for a family trip. Why don't you believe me? If I say there are no plans, you can believe me, right? But I heard you're going on a family trip. If it's a lie, how would that information spread? Anyway, you're going on a trip, right? Then please take my whole family with you on the trip. Please. So, I really don't have any plans like that. Even if you ask me to bring your whole family along, it's difficult. It's fine, right? I'm asking you as a favor. It's a promise. If there were plans for a family trip at my house, why do we have to go on a trip with your entire family? I can't make that kind of promise. I'm planning to hitchhike with my family of 6, my parents, my brother's couple, and 3 of their children, making a total of 13 people to your family trip. 13 people? That's a large number. Unfortunately, we don't have any travel plans, so we can't join you. If you're going on a trip, a larger group is more fun, right? It does seem like fun, but even if we go, why do we need to bring such a large group on a family trip with us? Your family is not our concern, right? But your husband has a good income. You can easily pay for the travel expenses of this number of people, right? So it's okay to go on a trip together, right? Why are you assuming that my husband will pay for the travel expenses for your family? It's not related to my husband's income at all. Don't be so picky. Happiness should be shared by everyone. Do you want it all to yourself? Anyway, I wanted to know about your family trip and thought we could go together. But you won't tell me and you're hiding it, so I'm gonna look for myself. Wait a minute. This is confusing. Even if you look for it, there are no family trip plans. You've got it all wrong. It's a waste of time to do this. Please believe me. Well then, if you just tell me the date you're going on the family trip, I won't search for it. Even if you ask me when we're going on a trip, I can't tell you because we don't have plans. If you tell me now, I'll make it 6 people instead of 13 for our family. So tell me, please. What's that supposed to mean? Even if you make that condition, we really haven't made plans for a family trip, so there's no date to tell you. Besides, isn't it strange to make that kind of condition? I can't allow Anise to go on a fun trip alone. Even if you try to keep it silent, it's useless. Reggie, please don't get angry. We really don't have any plans to go on a family trip, and we won't be going on a trip. I can't believe that! I already heard you guys are going on a trip. We have things to do too, so please let us know the details when they're decided. Reggie always acts like she's my senior, and has been saying things that sound like criticism, but she insists that it's advice. It's a hassle. Maybe it's because I live in a relatively nice house compared to our neighborhood, but Reggie always comes to me and says that her family is big and struggling, and she's always asking for food or money. At first, I responded to her request because I was considering our neighborhood and mommy-friend relationship, but gradually realized that it was escalating and would never end. Since then, I have been keeping my distance from Reggie. But does she even realize it? She always comes to me for something. To be honest, I'm tired of my relationship with Reggie. Even though she keeps asking for things, I'm not interested and only occasionally talk to her. It's really exhausting to deal with her. Even regarding this trip, she doesn't believe anything I say. I have a bad feeling that things are going to get complicated. 1 month later. Anise, finally 2 days till our departure. How are you feeling? Are you done with preparations? Pavla, thanks for reaching out. Yeah, it's finally happening in 2 days. I'm going to a completely unknown place, but I don't really feel it. It feels like a normal day. I have almost finished all the preparations, just a little bit more left. Exactly! I don't feel it either. Only 2 more days. Actually, I want to talk to you about something, Anise. What's up? What do you want to talk about? Well, I talked to some mom friends. We talked about inviting some mom friends on the day of our departure to see you off. Would it be okay with you if they came to see you off, Anise? Of course. Is it okay with you, though? I'm happy everyone is coming to see us off. That's great! All the mom friends want to come see you off, too. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Thank you. We talked about gathering at the local station. Is it okay with you? Yeah, that's fine. So let's gather at the local station. Got it. I'll let the mom friends know from my end. Okay, got it. Thank you. What time is good for you? I'll try to arrive at the local station around 10 a.m. It would be great if everyone could come around that time. Understood. Let's meet at the station at 10 a.m. then. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. I'm also looking forward to seeing everyone. Anise! I've arrived in Hong Kong. The weather here is great and the climate is just perfect. When will you arrive in Hong Kong, Anise? I was surprised to receive a sudden message from you, Reggie. Are you in Hong Kong now? I'm not going to Hong Kong. What are you talking about? It's great to hear that the weather is nice, but why are you in Hong Kong? Is it for a trip? I didn't know you were arriving in Hong Kong. Have fun. Anise, don't play dumb. You're in Hong Kong also, aren't you? Huh? I'm not in Hong Kong. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Did you mistake me for someone else? Anise, it's useless to play dumb. I know that you and your family are traveling to Hong Kong. You said that your family is going on a trip, so I thought we could travel together and came ahead of time. What are you talking about? I'm not playing dumb. I have no idea what you're talking about, Reggie. What do you mean came ahead of time? From today, Anise, you're going on a family trip, right? I'm not going to Hong Kong. I'm going to Singapore now. And I keep telling you, it's not a family trip. You really don't believe me. Wait a minute! Singapore? So you're not going to Hong Kong? You're not coming, are you? No, I'm not going to Hong Kong. What? Are you lying? I'm not lying. Why did you think I was going to Hong Kong? I don't remember mentioning anything like that. Actually, I heard from our mommy friends at the station that you were meeting up with them, so we calculated backwards and came to Hong Kong with our family of 13 people. We came directly to our destination because we thought there was a possibility of being spotted when we met up with you at the local station. Oh, I see, but unfortunately we're not going to Hong Kong, are we? And why did you even bother to come early and do all this planning? You're still trying to hide it! It's useless! I'm not trying to hide anything. We're really not going to Hong Kong. I don't really understand what you want to do. I know you're going to stay at the luxury hotel in Hong Kong on YouTube. It's true that we'll be staying at a hotel, but we're not going to Hong Kong. Why do you think I'm going to Hong Kong? It's useless to hide it. I'm here with my family of 13, so even if Anise tries to escape, it's useless. We've split into 2 groups, one at the airport and one at the hotel. Be prepared. You won't be able to escape. We won't be escaping. We're not going to hide either. We're really not going to Hong Kong, so what's the point of all this? You said you weren't going on a family trip, but you are. As punishment for trying to go on a secret trip, I'll be asking you to pay for the flight and hotel expenses for all 13 people, as well as the cost of getting passports. What are you talking about? I never said I was going on a trip. You're the one who doesn't believe me. And why do I have to pay for your family's travel expenses? It's your trip, so you should pay it for yourself. I am not going to pay for your travel expenses. It's ridiculous. You don't have to be so stingy. Your husband's income is good enough, isn't it? We've already paid for our own flights, so I'll ask you to pay for a total of 1.5 million yen for the travel expenses, including labor costs. Don't jump to conclusions like that. Why do I have to pay for a Reggie's family trip expenses? It's ridiculous. I won't pay for it. I won't do anything that requires me to pay a punishment either. Don't say such a thing! You lied about not going on a trip, even though we were supposed to be traveling. You deserve to be punished. It's cowardly of you to enjoy the trip alone. Share the happiness with our families too. Besides, there's only 1,000 yen left in my wallet. If we don't meet up soon, we won't be able to buy drinks for everyone in our family, so give me cash as soon as we meet up. I'm counting on you, okay? Also, please be prepared to share the burden of travel expenses that will come while you're here with us. Don't just say whatever you want. I won't pay for anything no matter what you say. Please pay for your own travel expenses. What do you mean by only having 1,000 yen to go on a trip? It has nothing to do with us. It's punishment for you keeping a secret, right? What are you talking about, Reggie? Don't make up stories by yourself. Besides, nothing was kept a secret. Also, I want to stay in a good hotel like you, so please upgrade to 50,000 yen, room for 1 person. Are you really just saying whatever you want, one thing after another? If you want to enjoy the trip that much, then just enjoy it yourselves. We have nothing to do with it, so don't involve us. Anyway, how much longer until you get to Hong Kong, Anise? I'm waiting. Did you hear me? I said earlier, we're not going to Hong Kong. So please don't wait for us. No matter how long you wait, we won't go to Hong Kong. What? Are you serious? Yes, I'm not joking. We're at the airport right now, but we're not going to Hong Kong. We're taking a plane to Singapore. Huh? You're really not going to Hong Kong? And you're going to Singapore instead? Yes, it's true. We're not going to Hong Kong. I've told you multiple times, but it's not a family vacation or anything like that. We're taking this flight to move to Singapore. I've told you this multiple times, haven't I? We don't have any plans to go on a family vacation. You did say that, but moving? I never heard about that. You're moving to Singapore? Yes, that's right. My mommy friend came to see us off. I thought your mommy friend was going on the trip with you. You probably won't believe me, but it's all your own misunderstanding. But why did you think I was going to Hong Kong? Pavla's daughter told my daughter that Anis's daughter is going to Hong Kong and staying at a hotel called YouTube. So I thought your family was going on a trip to Hong Kong. Oh, I see. But why did Singapore replace Hong Kong? I don't understand. I heard from Pavla and other mommy friends that they were gathering with you at the station, so I thought they were definitely going on a trip. That's why you kept contacting me repeatedly about my family trip? Also, I thought it was a trip that Pavla and other mommy friends were going on together. I didn't think I had to see them off. That's right, I didn't mention anything about Singapore to you. And then today, when I went to the station at the gathering time, I heard you and Pavla were there, so I thought the trip was definite. I was so sure I took my family to Hong Kong ahead of time. That's what happened. Finally, I understand why you kept asking me about the trip so many times. But I think if you had just trusted what I was saying from the beginning, this wouldn't have happened. Both you and the mommy friends have deceived me. That's not true. Deceived is not a good word to use. It was you who misunderstood on your own. Should I ask Pavla? She's right next to me now. I'll tell you beforehand, no one has tried to deceive you. Then check with her right now. Okay, I will. Everyone was trying to deceive me anyway. I asked Pavla. Pavla's daughter apparently mistook Singapore for Hong Kong, where they previously visited and showing pictures of moving to. Do you understand now? No one was trying to deceive you. Is that so? Pavla's daughter had a misunderstanding, huh? I understand. But I never heard that you were going to move to Singapore in the first place. That's true. I never told you that I was going to move to Singapore. Well, we weren't that close of friends to begin with. And I just didn't think it was necessary to tell you since we weren't that close. Wait a minute! We weren't close friends! I never thought of you as a close friend. And since it's a personal matter, I only talked about my overseas relocation with the mommy friends I had a relationship with, in private. After all the attention I gave you, you say we weren't close friends? Anis, you are so rude. You're such an ungrateful person. I never asked you to pay attention to me, did I? We were keeping our distance while maintaining our relationship. Didn't you realize that? Well, our relationship was only one-sided, where you would demand things and money from me just because you thought my husband had a good income. Is that what you call a close friendship? I don't think so. And it escalated to the point where you even asked me to pay for your travel expenses. How can you think we're close friends after all that? You would pretend it was a family trip and move to Singapore on your own? You made me misunderstand you, and you see our relationship wasn't close? You're such a horrible woman. You're calling me a horrible woman. Isn't it worse to do something like this to someone you consider a close friend? Reggie, you were the one that misunderstood the situation. I told you repeatedly that it wasn't a family trip, but you didn't want to believe me or listen to me. It's not that I didn't believe you. And if it wasn't a family trip, why didn't you just say you were moving to Singapore? Why didn't you tell me? You should have told me from the beginning that you were planning to immigrate. Even though I told you that it wasn't a family vacation, you didn't believe me, Reggie. You gathered little information and made assumptions of your own. I didn't feel the need to mention my plans to immigrate, especially since you don't trust me. Anyway, I don't think I deserve to be blamed by you, Reggie. I'm not blaming you. Then why did you mention staying in a hotel if you're immigrating? If you're immigrating, you should have a house, right? You don't need to stay in a hotel. It's just a vacation, isn't it? Are you really still trying to lie? You really don't know how to trust, Reggie. I'm not trying to lie or anything. I'm telling the truth. I have a house in Singapore. Is it because you don't want to pay our hotel expenses? Are you lying about immigrating to Singapore? Are you really in Hong Kong? I don't need to pay for your expenses. Please pay for yourself. I feel like I'm always being doubted, but I'm not in Hong Kong, nor do I have any plans to go there. Also, it's true that I'm immigrating to Singapore, and I do have a house there. But even if I say this, you won't believe me, so I'll tell you the truth. Finally, you're willing to tell the truth. Hurry up and tell me the truth. I'm just going to temporarily stay in a hotel that has the same name as the one that's worldwide. Why? Why do you need to temporarily stay in a hotel? Don't you have a house? Are you just making up various reasons, and it's really just a vacation after all? Like I told you earlier, we have a home, you know, but it'll take some time before we can move into the prepared house. So in the meantime, my husband's hotel where he works has arranged a room for us. We'll be staying at the hotel for a while. Are you okay with that? Wait, does that mean your husband is a hotel manager for a hotel that's present all over the world? Yes, that's right. Did I not mention it before? No, I had no idea. That's right. I didn't tell you about it, Reggie. I only talk about my husband's work with my close mommy friends. What's with that tone? There's no need to tell everyone, right? Anyway, since my husband was assigned to a hotel in Singapore, we've decided to move there as a family. Is it really true? Yes, it is. Why would I lie? Why can't you believe what others say? Hold on a sec. If all of this is true, then you're not coming to Hong Kong after all, right? What about our families who thought we were going on a trip together? I can't do anything about it. If you've assumed things on your own, please solve your own problem. What are we supposed to do if we have nowhere to stay in Hong Kong? I don't know what to tell you. You'll have to find a hotel or some other place to stay, or maybe just go back home now. I thought you were coming to Hong Kong, and I was planning on relying on you for all the travel expenses. It's surprising to come up with the idea of using someone else's money without permission. Such a plan won't work. I don't have any cash or credit cards. I don't have money to stay in a hotel or go back home. If you say that, why did you only bring 1,000 yen for a trip? That's weird. Rely on your own family. I'm not even part of your family. But I thought you were coming to Hong Kong! Reggie, we're not family, so it's too naive to assume that we would go on a trip with you paying. We were planning on having Anissa's family pay for us once they arrived in Hong Kong, so it can't be helped. That's not a valid excuse, is it? I never said I would pay for you. You need to take responsibility for deceiving our families. Transfer the money to my account now. I didn't deceive anyone. It was you who assumed things and got confused. I'm not transferring any money to your account. Take responsibility! Responsibility for what? It's ridiculous. I never said I would pay any money, and I repeatedly told you that we had no plans for a trip, yet you still didn't believe me. Those who act in a way that causes misunderstandings also have a responsibility. If you had confirmed with me that I was going to Hong Kong, this wouldn't have happened. Why would you think of burdening someone who you're not even close with the entire family's travel expenses? I completely don't understand. Uh-huh. Furthermore, thinking about paying over 50,000 yen for one room for 13 people is just ridiculous. What are you even thinking using someone else's money? I have a big family, so it's tough. I can't go on trips easily, and I wanted to indulge a little. That's why I thought if I traveled with you during your family's vacation, you would pay for travel expenses. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't understand the idea of just deciding to have someone else pay for it. Is that really such a bad thing to rely on someone? Aren't people supposed to help each other? I would definitely help you if you were in trouble. But this time, you didn't trust what I was saying and decided to misunderstand and pay for the travel expenses yourself, right? I'm in trouble right now, so please help me! But the trouble you're in is something you decided on your own, right? And if you want to go on a trip, shouldn't you save up money for the travel expenses first? It's naive and wrong to think that you can go on a trip with someone else's money when you don't have any money. I can't believe it. We're mommy friends, right? It wouldn't hurt to help me out and consider a future relationship, would it? Right? Well, I'm moving to Singapore, so I won't be a mommy friend anymore. And we weren't really that close to begin with. Wait a minute! Help me! Why should I help you? You should figure out yourself. It's a problem you caused on your own, right? I'm about to board soon, so I have to go. Wait a minute! What should I do now? Hey, contact me! I have to go now. And from now on, don't contact me. Don't call me. Goodbye. Wait! This is terrible! Help me! I'm in trouble! We're mommy friends, right? If you're in trouble, you help each other, don't you? Please just respond to my message. Your family's problems have nothing to do with me. Anyway, don't contact me anymore. I'll block you if you do. Goodbye. I left for Singapore safely while being seen off by my close mom friends. Right before my departure, I got involved in an unexpected trouble due to Reggie's contact. Even though I was puzzled by my new life, I've gradually adapted to my new place, and I'm having enjoyable days. Reggie returned home the next day, but her actions have been exposed to our mommy friends, and her daughter seems to have withdrawn from the nursery a week later. It seems like they also moved from their house. It seems like Reggie has finally realized that her selfish actions have been causing trouble to people around her. However, she went on the trip without any money due to her misunderstanding and had to receive urgent money transfer from her relatives for the return trip. It seems like her family is putting all the effort into paying back the debts made from this trip. Reggie and her family were known for causing trouble in various places even before the incident. They were a notorious family. But thanks to this incident, they have moved away, and many mommy friends, including Pavla, are happy that many people have become peaceful. Since Reggie is gone, I have been invited to come and visit during the next long vacation. I'm currently planning to visit my mommy friends and my daughter's friends who came and saw me off. I'm looking forward to reuniting with my like-minded mommy friends now that Reggie is no longer here.